Hi guys, Liam here from Back to the Console, and this is a game my friends told me to play because I would love it. I don't know if they're my best friends or they've just stabbed me in the back. Either way, check out this review, E.T. on the PlayStation 1. Who needs friends when you've got E.T.? There are bad ideas and there are really bad ideas. And then there's someone sitting in a meeting room in the mid-90s saying, you know that E.T. game that everyone still jokes about? Let's make another one. Because apparently one gaming catastrophe just wasn't enough. When people hear E.T. game, their minds immediately jump to the infamous Atari 2600 version.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
The game that became the poster child for rush development, impossible gameplay, and an entire urban legend involving millions of cartridges buried in New Mexico desert. Whether it deserves all of the blame it gets is another debate, but one thing is certain, its reputation was already legendary long before the PlayStation arrived. So naturally someone decided the logical next step was to give E.T. another shot.
Why?
Enter E.T. Interplanetary Mission on the PlayStation 1. I have never played this game before until now, and I'll give it this. It looks better than the Atari game, which is a bit like saying a burnt pizza is an improvement over eating the cardboard box it came in. Technically true, but that's not exactly high praise. Instead of simple Atari graphics, you're wandering around the chunky early 3D environments that somehow managed to look both empty and confusing at the same time. Every room feels like it was built 5 minutes before launch using leftover geometry from literally any other PlayStation game. Now I've got to talk about the controls. Imagine trying to steer a pushchair with one wheel missing while wearing oven gloves. E.T. slides around like he's walking on an ice rink covered in butter, and every jump feels less carefully planned and more like a cry for help. And the camera. Let's talk about the camera, the true final boss of the game. Half the time you're fighting the controls. The other half you're fighting to actually see where you're going. Sometimes the camera just decides it would rather admire a nearby wall than let you look at a platform you're trying to jump onto. Gameplay mostly boils down to wandering around collecting random objects, solving simplistic puzzles and trying not to lose your sanity in the process. It constantly feels like the game wants to be an adventure platform but forget to include the fun part. There's very little excitement, very little action, and somehow even less urgency. You're playing as one of cinema's most beloved aliens, yet the entire experience has the energy of a waiting line at the post office. What's especially strange is how disconnected the game feels from the movie. The original film was emotional, charming, funny, and full of heart. It was about friendship, loneliness, and helping someone find their way home. The game, collect this thing. Now collect another thing. Now wonder for 20 minutes because you missed a tiny object hidden behind an awkward camera angle. I bet Spielberg is proper mad. Or maybe he wisely didn't even ask or play the game. The soundtrack doesn't exactly help it either. Rather than building tension or wonder, much of it fades into the background so completely that you almost forget it's there. Which is probably for the best because your attention is already fully occupied trying not to run into another visible obstacle. And here's the biggest mystery of it all. Why E.T.? Seriously, why make another E.T. game at all?
Why? Why?
By the late 90s, the Atari disaster had become gaming folklore. Everyone knew about it. It was the industry punchline before the internet even had a memes thing. If you was going to revive E.T. in a video game, you'd think you'd pull out all the stops. Big budget, amazing gameplay, something that completely erased the memory of the Atari version. Instead we got this. Not offensively broken, not hilariously terrible, just painfully mediocre. Which somehow might be even worse. At least the Atari version became legendary. This one mostly became forgotten. And perhaps that's the harshest criticism any game can receive. It wasn't bad enough to be iconic. It wasn't good enough to be memorable. It simply existed. Would I rather play this than the Atari version? Yeah. And would I actually choose to play it again? Definitely 100% no.
That is one big pile of shit.
I'd sooner volunteer to phone home using dial-up internet. I can honestly say E.T. Interplanetary Mission isn't the worst game on the PlayStation, but it is close. It is one of those games that constantly makes you ask, who exactly was this for? Who made this? Fans of the film deserved better. PlayStation owners deserve better. Even E.T. deserved better. Maybe some characters just aren't meant to be superstars in video games. And after 2 attempts spread across 2 completely different generations of gaming, I think the little alien earned the right to finally phone home and stay there. And there we go, E.T. on the PlayStation 1. Did you enjoy that review? Did you enjoy the game? Comment below. I would like to find someone who actually enjoyed that game. It was crazy, bizarre, and weird, and just not good in my opinion. But please comment below and let me know what you think. And don't forget, if you did enjoy the review, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video.